Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, this is going to be the maiden flight. If you watch my unboxing assembly of the VIPER, E-FLITE VIPER 64, this is the maiden. Now, I'm starting to try to do this with all my new planes now. It is the very first flight. I'll run completely manual, no gyro, no kind of help at all, just to make sure she's trimmed out in the maiden flight. And then we'll do a second flight with the AS3X Plus gyro engaged and gauge the difference. Yeah. All right, well, let's take her up and have some fun. She's set up just by the book, exactly how the manual says. But we'll go over all the information, all my rates, AS3X Plus settings and everything after the conclusion of both flights. One with manual maiden, one without. The first one's going to be without so I can see how she's trimmed. Have like very little wind today. Right, left, up, down, right, left. Timer set for 3.5 minutes. I'm running a 4000 Spectrum Smart Pack. Okay.
Starting the fun over. Take off flaps.
All right, here we go.
Flaps up.
As you can see, the nose wheel gyro was obviously not engaged. Definitely needs a lot of up elevator.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
All right, so far I've just need a lot of up elevator, but not needing any aileron trim or rudder trim. Let me go that, look, try that inverted flight
Time
again.
remaining 2 minutes.
I may have just too big of a battery. Hey, that's not too bad. Yeah, she's flying just fine now.
Landing flaps.
Oh yeah, I'm not noticing any nose up or nose down, but there is a small amount of mix that they did ask that you put in.
Braking. Cruise mode. Flaps up.
All right, take her off again. This time we'll take off with no flaps. I'm definitely going to be, I'm looking forward to having that nose wheel gyro engaged, because I got full travel on that nose gear.
One minute. Landing flaps.
All right, see how she lands from this way.
Flaps up.
All right, take off from down there.
Flaps.
We're going to need to do a stall test.
ESC-14 flaps up.
Alright.
ESC 14.1 volts.
Alright, fly along, cut the power. Hold up the elevator. Oh, okay, she just starts gliding. Alright, we'll do the same thing coming at us. Okay?
30 seconds.
Cutting the power. What does she do? She just starts gliding down.
ESC 14.3 volts.
Alright. Let's land her now. No flaps. Yeah, she's really coming in hot.
20 seconds. ESC 14.1 volts.
Alright.
Braking. 10. Cruise mode. Braking. Cruise mode. Brake the VIPER is tired. Time to land. Prop is secured.
Alright.
Safe to touch.
Definitely a great flying little jet. That was with no gyro, no nose wheel steering, obviously, because she was all over taking off. A lot of power for this size. But I got the heaviest battery. I got a 4,000 in there, or a 4,000, not 5,4. And yes, I haven't set the telemetry up because it doesn't give me the correct readings. I haven't set it up yet. So I'm going to check the battery the old-fashioned way. 3 seconds over. We'll go ahead and check it. Then we'll change batteries and we'll actually put the same kind of battery in it. But we're going to use the gyros and everything this next. Oh gosh, 46% left. So I'll reset my timer. I had my timer set for 3 minutes or for 3.5 minutes. And
Starting the fun over.
so we'll set 4 minutes on the next timer. All right, that's impressive. All right, well that's the first flight. We'll come back, give the ESC,
Not charged for flying.
give the ESC about 5 minutes to cool down, and we'll come back. Yeah, we'll do the same flight again, but we'll do it with AS3X engaged and the nose wheel gyro on. So stay tuned. All right, folks, second flight with the 64mm E-FLITE VIPER. This time I've got the AS3X Plus engaged, and I've got the nose wheel gyro engaged, and we're going to try to run, if I can remember the maneuvers I did last time. Landing, takeoff, testing flaps, stall test, and just make sure she's trimmed. But I'm thinking, obviously, since I trimmed her with a manual mode, she should be just fine.
Take off flaps.
Because all the gyro is really going to do is make a good flying plane fly that much better. All right.
Motor is hot. Don't get your bad self burned.
I love my call out for turning my motor on. It says, motor is hot, don't get your bad self burned. All right, now we're going to see how well this nose wheel gyro.
Starting the fun over.
All right, takeoff flaps are engaged. Let's take off and see how she flies now. Well, obviously the nose wheel gyro was a huge
Charged for flying.
Obviously the nose wheel gyro was a huge success, because she was not all over the runway. Hey, let me land. We're going to take off again at high rates. I had her in low rates.
Landing flaps.
All right, this will be our first landing test with the AS3X Plus engaged. Little bouncy, but now try that again. High rates are in. Landing flaps, everything's set up by the book. Oh yeah, that nose wheel gyro is a huge help. That's where she peters out. All right. I'm gonna check my CG.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Okay, she's fine. So that little bit of up elevator that I needed was just perfect. Let's do a stall test now. You're flying along, you cut power. What happens? You lose your engine. Well, she just slumps forward like a glider. So that's perfect. All right, I think I'm happy. Let's have some fun. See how well she snap rolls. I'll take it up. Take it out and stall.
ESC 14.3 volts.
Oh, you don't have her? Well, folks, if you see skips in the video, it's because I don't give my Precious a warning, and she loses the plane or she gets out of focus, and then we got to find the plane again. So that's going to happen. That's what the magic of editing is for. All right, I'm going to take it up and do a tail slide.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Straight up.
ESC 14.3 volts.
All right.
Landing flaps.
Let's just see how low. This is I know the phrase locked in is like horribly overused, but I can't think of a phrase that doesn't apply as well as it does right now. Definitely locked in. All right, birds. Birds, birds. Now you gotta understand, your number one control in flying is your throttle. People think it's your elevator, your ailerons. No, it's your throttle. Your throttle dictates everything, and your control surfaces follow suit. That's one thing you never,
Time remaining 1 minute.
unless you're trying to show how stable the plane is, hands off, don't take your finger off that throttle. So that's what's going to get you out of trouble. And look how slow this plane can fly. Oh man, I'm quite impressed. Honey, thank you so much for the Christmas
30
present.
seconds.
All right, let's land it. Take it back to the bench. Remember with a Viper,
Braking. Cruise mode. Flaps up. Braking. Prop is secured. Safe to touch.
all right, 11 seconds over. Let's go back to the bench and talk about it. All right, we're 11 seconds over on that flight. Yes, I know I have telemetry, but no, I have not set the telemetry up yet. So my telemetry reads it more conservatively than it actually is. To show you real quick before, for the 4000, I have it as far back as I can possibly get it. I can't go any further back. The foam blockhead is right there. Okay, CG is actually 80 millimeters back from the leading edge root. Now remember, leading edge root is not the leading edge of the wing, but it's where the wing touches the fuse. Well, that's the root right there, okay?
Motor is hot.
All right.
Don't get your bad self burned.
My timer about says, motor is hot, don't get your bad self burned. CG is 80 millimeters back from that leading edge root. So that puts it right there, right there. And she CG's perfect right there. All right. Go through its sequence. All right. The rates that I end up flying in, because I like, were my high rates, ailerons, 100% throws, 30% expo. Okay. Elevator, 100% throws, 30% expo. Rudder, 100% throws, 30% expo also. Now, flap settings. There is a small amount of mix. For flaps up, negative 100% on spectrum. For takeoff
flaps
is 0% with a negative 2%, so that's up elevator. And then for landing, 100% with a negative 3% up elevator.
Flaps up.
I mean, you can bear it's almost under, you almost can't even tell.
Landing flaps.
So it's next to nothing. But that's what the book called for, so that's what we did. All right, let's talk about AS3X Plus settings. Okay.
Prop is secured. Safe to touch.
Now I do modify my settings from default with the gains. My roll, I have it set at 30 instead, down from 40. At pitch, I have it at 40 instead of 50. And yaw, I have it at 50 instead of 60. Okay. My priorities, instead of the default 140, I got them all at 100. So roll, pitch, and yaw, all at 100. Heading, I did nothing with. Stop lock, the default's 35. I raised everything to 50. Roll, pitch, and yaw, all at 50. The release rate, left that alone at the default of 55, 55, 75. Roll, pitch, and yaw. All right. Change no other of the gain since the AS3X Plus settings. The gains are set at one time sensitivity, 1x. So nose wheel, I have it assigned to the gear channel because I don't have retracts. Okay, obviously I don't have to worry about gear, so or retracts. So I have it set to on aux 3. Tied is my gain channel, is my where my roller is for my gains, and my rate gain for the nose wheel gyro is 60%. Other than that, it's all stock. I haven't done anything else with it. So and you all saw the difference between night and day from the manual flight versus the AS3X engaged flight. That nose wheel gyro in the plane was much more locked in. Now, as far as setting the plane up, I told you I'd go over that. When I had to set up the plane, and this is unusual for E-FLITE, this elevator, I had to bring this ball link in. I had to bring it in 2 or 3 turns because it wasn't right. It was too, it made the elevator wasn't even. That's unusual. Usually they're right on the money, but I had to adjust that one. Other than that, that's the only thing I had to adjust. I've given her a clear coat. I will be adding a KM model afterburner. I'll have to do a little bit of finagling with it being a 4S and not a 6S, but I've been in contact with KM models, and they've told me how I can add one of their afterburners to this, but that's yet to come. All right, the next time you see it fly, it will be a little bit later, and we will do a speed test and see what kind of speed we get out of this little guy. All righty, well, thank you so much for watching.
Did you check the battery this time?
You know what? I don't know. I might have. I think I did. Remember, we were 11 seconds over, and that was a 4-minute timer because when I did the first flight, on the first flight, I realized I had 46% left on a 4,000 after 3.5 minutes, and I was over on that one. So I changed the timer to 4 minutes, and I'm 11 seconds over, and I got 32%. So 4 minutes. That's easy to remember. 4 minutes on a 4,000. 3,200, 3.5 minutes. Now the 3,200 is a 50C. I'll be doing that next for the speed test, and I'll have that a little further forward. But since I know where the CG is, I don't have to worry about it. Alrighty, folks. Well, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God is good. Precious, thank you for my Christmas present. Y'all have a good one. God is good. And don't forget, faith, family, and friends. And then E-FLITE VIPERs 64s. Bye-bye.